Hello everyone, we'll be dealing with all the questions starting from this question number 1. The question says if A and B are non-negative real numbers such that A plus 2B equals 6, then the average of maximum possible value of A plus B. Okay, see, we have the equation as A plus 2B equals 6. Okay, we need the minimum and maximum possible value of A plus B. Okay, so you can observe that the coefficient of B is 2 and coefficient of A is 1. Okay, so to get the maximum value, maximum value of A plus B, will try to give as much possible as to A. The reason is quite obvious, because as much we give, if we give more to B, then it will increase with twice the rate because of this coefficient. So for the minimum case, we will try to maximize B to get the maximum possible value of A plus B, and in the other case, to get the maximum possible value of A plus B, we'll try to maximize A. Okay, again understand this. See, we have an equation A plus 2B equals. Okay, so when we have to maximize A plus B, when we give more and more value to this A, then it will increase with the coefficient of 1 only, because the coefficient of A is 1. But if we give more and more value to B, then it will increase with twice the rate. Okay, so when we need the minimum value of A plus B, we will try to maximize B. Okay, and when we need the maximum possible value of A plus B, we will try to maximize A. Okay, so let's start. First case, we'll try to give as max as possible to B. Okay, so what is the maximum? So if we want to give maximum to B, we will give A as 0, because the question is non-negative real number. Less than 0 we can't provide, so let's give 0 to A. Okay, so B will in that case be 3, because 2B equals 6, B equal to 3. Okay, so this is the value of A plus B. A plus B equals 3. Okay, now when we have to maximize A plus B, we'll give B as less as possible. Okay, so we'll give B as 0. In that case, A becomes 6, so 6 plus 0, so this will be 6. Okay, now the question is asking the average of maximum plus minimum. This is 6 plus 3 upon 2. This is the average, so this will be 4.5 will be the answer to this question. Done. Question number 1. Question number 2. No, this wasn't the question number 2. Question number 2 is this one. Yeah, find the rightmost non-zero digit of 50 factorial. Yesterday only the one blog I have posted in the group. So what we have to do is we have to write 15 equals 5. We'll write the number n as 5a plus b form. Okay, so this becomes 5 into 3 plus 0. 15 can be written as like this. Now the rightmost non-zero digit is 2 to the power a into a factorial into b factorial. This is the formula. Yesterday only we dealt, and how this came, that also we have dealt in that blog. You can go to that blog as well. So the value of a is 3, so this becomes 2 to the power 3. This becomes 3 factorial, and the value of b is 0. So this is 2 to 4 to 8, and this is 3 to 6, and 0 factorial is 1. So 8, 6, 48, but we only need the rightmost non-zero digit, so 8 is the answer to this question. Done. Now this question, a reduction of 20%. Where did it go? A reduction of 20% in the price of the sugar enables housewife to purchase 6 kg more. Okay, for rupees 240. Okay, so say initially she was purchasing 8 kgs. Okay, 8 kgs for 240. So okay, so initially the price per kg was 240 by A. Now the reduction, the price is reduced, so this has become 240. Okay, so this has become reduced. Before it was A, now it has become 0.8 by A. Okay, this has become 0.8 by A, and given that this price difference is because of this price difference, she is able to buy 6 kg more. Okay, so basically it will be like this, 240 upon 0.8, because here in this case when the price is reduced, she will be able to buy more, minus this 240 upon A equals 6, because she is able to buy 6 kg more with the reduction in price. Solving, we get A equals 10. You can solve with this as well, like this. You can take 240 common and shift it there, then you can solve. A will come out to be 10. Okay, 3 questions done. Okay, and now this is question, a very good question. Shopkeeper cheats 20% on weight during purchase and uses a faulty weight instead of 1000 grams and finally earns a profit of 40%. Okay, now we'll basically be doing this with the multiplying factor approach. Cheats 20% on weight during purchase. Okay, so he's when he's purchasing, he's cheating 20%. Okay, he's saying that he is purchasing 1000 gram. Okay, but he's actually cheating 20%, so he's taking 20% of 1000 more, so this will be 1200. So the multiplying factor in this case will be 1200 upon 1000, so this gets cancelled. 256, so multiplying factor for this will be 6 by 5 now, and uses a faulty weight instead of 1000 gram and earns a profit. So instead of 1000 gram his weight is a gram, say. Okay, he's saying that he's giving 1000 gram but he's actually giving less than this a. So now the multiplying factor will be what he's claiming upon what actually it is. Okay, don't get confused that if I've written it here then this will come on the numerator. Not always. See, what is the reason? Because he's actually taking this much and this is what he's claiming. Okay, so this will come down, this will go down, and this will go up, and also the multiplying factor will be greater than 1 because this is his profit case. He cheats 20%, so this will be his profit, so 1200 by 50. Okay, so this is one multiplying factor, this is other multiplying factor. Okay, and finally earns a profit of 40%. So if he earns a profit of 40%, wait, let me erase, he earns a profit of 40%, so this will be 1.4. Okay, now we are done with all the multiplying factors. Let's multiply them all. 6 by 5 into 1000 by a equals 1.4 because this is the final resultant value which he is getting. Okay, now from here you can use the constant calculator as well. A can be written as 6000 upon 5, 6000 upon 5 upon 1.4. This will come out to be 857.14. So A is 857.14 is the answer to this question. Okay, now let's come to the last question. The question is, a trapezium ABCD has side AD and BAD is 90 degree. Okay, this is AD parallel to BC. Okay, AD ABCD. Okay, so this is parallel to AD parallel to BC. Okay, and this is 90 degree. If BC equals 3, AD equals 8. Okay, so AD is complete 8, so this is 3 and this is 5. Okay, if the perimeter of this trapezium is 36, okay, trapezium is 36, then the area of its area in square centimeter is. Okay, so since this was actually a data question, I gave the options from my end, because so if this is a theta question, so this has to be like, you have to think of whenever you see a right angle trapezium, so first of all think of a triplet. Okay, so the perimeter is given us to as 12. Okay, so now we have a 12 over here, 36, my bad. The perimeter is given to us as 36. Okay, so 5 3 8 8 3 11. Okay, 36 and 11 is reduced, so 25 is left. Okay, now think of 25. Now 25 will be here, sum of this and this. Okay, and see, this is a right angle triangle, so think of any triplet. Okay, and this length will be equal to this length. Think of any triplet like whose sum is these two sum is 25 and this will be so you whenever you see a we have a one side as 5, so triplet can be like 12 and 13. Let's check that its perimeter is 36 or not. Okay, so basically 25, 13 plus 12 is 25 and 8 3 11 26. Yeah, bingo, so this is correct. And now just all you need to is calculate this area. So 1 by 2 into sum of parallel sides is 5 3 8 8 3 11 into height is 12, so 66 is the answer to this question. So the best part of solving this question was by thinking of a triplet. You can do it very quickly. Instead you will take h plus this, and then you will equate to whatever is left. So better to do it in efficient way by thinking it in its perimeter or anything which will reduce your calculation, and the knowledge of triplets will help in this as well. Okay, so these were all the questions dealt. Hope all the solution is clear now.